Welcome guys to this video, and today I'm going to be explaining a point. Apparently without face cam because it stopped working. But anyway, one thing you have to realize, and this is something which I cannot really explain. This is something which you can also not really understand just through knowledge. So you cannot really understand this with your rational mind. What I'm talking about is that the majority of the insights I've been having lately are not really to do with knowledge, they're more to do with insight. The difference is that knowledge is something logical which you create. So it's basically you know about A and new information comes up, for example B, and then you connect the dots between these two, and this could be something. So for example, knowledge is like maybe you learn from your teacher that water evaporates at or boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, maybe that's what you learn from your teacher. Now this is knowledge. Insight is purely gained through awareness. So a really incredible insight that I did receive not too long ago is that you are literally already free. And the thing is, it's not going to make sense. Because if I explain why you are already free, this will not click. You will not believe it. You will not be able to do anything with it. Because this is an insight. This is not knowledge. But as soon as you do have this insight that you are in fact free, then something is going to shift. And I know because it happened for me. So you have to understand that there's nothing really, truly, genuinely holding you back. So like there's no cage essentially. You don't find yourself in the cage. Money is not holding you back. Your environment is not holding you back. The people around you are not holding you back. Your lack of work ethic is not holding you back. Your lack of work ideas is not holding you back. Your lack of, discipline. Your lack of energy. Your lack of motivation. All of these things are not really holding you back. You're not in a cage. You're free to do anything and you can do anything. And this sounds like a really cheesy motivational talk, but this is where I'm saying, like, this is not knowledge. Like, you won't really have anything useful with this video. Like, this video won't be of any use to you if you understand it just by knowledge. So if you just try to see, okay, well, money doesn't have an impact over me, well, your mind is not going to believe it, because it's like, well, I clearly have like $500 in my bank account and my goal is to buy a house that's like 2 million. So what do you mean that money is not holding me back? Which is a good point. But that's where your mind is incapable of realizing it is in fact free. Because money is invented by humans. And the thing that you're actually going to do in order to create this house, or realize it or manifest it or achieve it, how you want to say it, the thing you're actually going to do has nothing to do with money. So if you, for example, are going to provide a service to make the money essentially to get the house, what you're actually doing is you're providing a service to people. And a bunch of ideas are going to happen in this process. Many of these ideas are unconscious. And where do you think these unconscious ideas come from? You think that they're just like you have created them? No, not really. It's like you are becoming aware of these ideas. You're getting insights. So in the same way that ideas for example, how to serve people would be insights, because obviously if you did already know how to do it, then you would already do it. So this is why knowledge doesn't help. And this can get complicated because right now I'm trying to explain it with knowledge. But it's about insight. So really just scrap all of this logic. Maybe it's not the best explanation, but that's exactly my point. Like, the reason I'm not able to explain this is exactly because that's the problem. Because we're not able to explain this, the mind ignores it. But what you genuinely need is not knowledge. You don't need to know how to make $1 million. You don't need to, because you have to realize that you don't need $1 million. You're free to do what you want, regardless of the money. And once again, this is not something I can just tell you, like, you are free to do what you want. And blah 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 blah. But it's actually something you have to realize. It's like an epiphany, a paradigm shift, a realization. That's how I want to frame this. As soon as you realize that, like that all of this stuff that you think is holding you back is genuinely in your mind and it doesn't exist, that's when things really start to crumble under your own eyes and reality kind of opens up and you just start out completely from scratch. So it's kind of like you do a big reset and everything is currently possible because nothing is holding you back. All of these kind of restrictions or limitations that you have created were not there when you were first born. Like, did you think as a child that you would think that food is hard to get, for example? No, you would just eat whatever was available because it was available in abundance. The same with like perhaps money. If you went to like the toy store and your mom said like you could buy whatever you want, then obviously you believed like you could get anything you want. And as adults, we kind of start to build this archive of problems, and eventually this problems becomes like a huge bag of stuff that is holding you back literally because it's so much weight of problems. And as soon as you realize that all of these problems are not actually real, they do not actually exist, like once again, knowledge wise difficult to explain, insight wise easy. So you just have to come to this realization sooner or later. If you are going to realize this, it will all make sense, it will click, it will be in fact be quite simple, as with everything is what I've noticed. But the main thing is just stop trying to seek as much knowledge and start really becoming aware and listening for insights. It's not something which you can like figure out. It's something you have to notice. So that's enough of me trying to explain insight and why you are free, because that's exactly what it is. Like, these things do not exist. So I hope this helped at least one person out. If it did, then you can obviously press the like button and maybe leave any comments if you feel that you want to do that. And with that said, looking forward to see you in the next one.